Good day. Hello, CJ. Today is July 7th, 2025. It's a Monday. And in case you didn't notice, there's a few changes. The camera's moved back a little bit. And the crucifix is the smaller one. We are moving slowly over into the chapel behind Deam here, the larger chapel, and things are really falling into place nicely. The plan is to have Sunday coming be the first mass in the new chapel area, and I'm very much looking forward to that, and lots of exciting things happening. Appreciate all of your prayers and your help in this endeavor, especially the prayers. Again, if anybody would like to donate for the CD, please again make a donation to me and mention that it's for the CD, and we'll get you on the list. And if you've already donated, send me an email. Make sure that I have that so I can write that down. I forgot to start a list. We haven't had that many yet, so I can remember most of them. All right, let's get started with Good Day Rising prayers. In nomine Dei, matronam nostra, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Let us place ourselves in the presence of the Most Holy Trinity, and in Catholic contemplation humbly venerate the Divine Family. Most Holy and Venerable Trinity, one Divine Family, I believe that Thou art here present. I venerate Thee with the deepest humility. I render to Thee with my whole heart the homage which is due to Thee. O Most Holy Trinity, relying on Thine infinite goodness and promises, I hope to obtain pardon of my sins, the help of Thy grace, and life everlasting, through the merits of Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Matronam Nostrae. O Most Holy Trinity, I love Thee above all things with my whole heart and soul, because Thou art all good and worthy of all love. I love my neighbor as myself for love of Thee, and I forgive all who have injured me and ask pardon of all whom I have injured. Let us thank the Most Holy Trinity for the many graces that we receive, and offer ourselves and our sufferings up to heaven and for the souls in purgatory. O Most Holy Trinity, I most humbly thank Thee for all the favors Thou hast bestowed upon me to the present moment. It is again thanks to Thy bounty that I should live to see this day, and I desire to employ it solely in Thy service. I consecrate to Thee all my thoughts, words, actions, and sufferings of this day. Sanctify them, that there may be none that is not animated by Thy love, or that would not tend to Thy greater glory. Let us make a firm resolution to avoid evil and to do good, and let us beg of the Most Holy Trinity the graces which are necessary to us. O Most Holy Trinity, Thou knowest my weakness, and that I am unable to do anything good without the help of Thy grace. Deny me not Thy grace, proportionate to my necessities. Give me strength to avoid everything which Thou forbiddest, to practice the good which Thou hast commanded, and enable me patiently to bear all the trials which it may please Thee to send me. O Dea Matronam Nostrae, Mother of God, I place myself under Thy protection. I throw myself with confidence into the arms of Thy compassion. Be to me, O Mother of Mercy, my refuge in distress, my consolation in suffering, now and at the hour of my death. O Most Holy Trinity, as envisioned by St. Lucia as the Most Holy Trinitarian Theophany, our Most Holy Trinity in Theophany. Dea Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. I am heartily sorry for having offended Thee, and I detest all my sins, because I dread the loss of heaven and the pains of hell. But most of all, because they offend Thee, O Most Holy Trinity, who are all good and deserving of all my love. I firmly resolve, with the help of Thy grace, to confess my sins, to do penance, and to amend my life. Deum vobiscum, et quoque te. Oremus. Fidelium Deum Iesum Christum omnium conditor et redemptor animabus famalorum catorum, remissionum cunctorum, tribue peccatorum ut indulgentiam quam semper obtaverunt piis supplicantionibus consequentor, qui ticim et reinat in una divina familia qui erat est et erat in aeternum. Suscipe Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum hoc immaculatum hostium, quam ego indinius famulos tuus offidi tibi Deum eum vivum et verum, pro innumerabilibus peccatis et offensionibus, et negligentis meis, et pro omnibus circumstantibus, sed et pro omnibus fidelibus catholicorum vivis atque defunctis ut mihi et idis proficiat salutem. Deum qui humanae substantia dignitatem mirabilitu condidis et mirabilitus reformaster de nobis peruvius atque mysterium eius divinitatis esse consortis qui militatis nostrae, fieri dignatis est pateceps, Deum Iesum Christum Filium, qui tecum vivit et reinat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Offerimus tibi Deum calicem salutaris tuum depacantes clementium ut conspectu divinae majestatis tuae, pro nostra et totus mundi salute, cum odore suavitatis ascendat. In spiritu humilitatis et in animo contritus suscipi amarate Deum Iesum Christum, et sequiet sacrificium nostrum et conspectu tu hodie, ut placiat tibi Deum atram nostra et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Veni sanctificator, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, et sanctificite blata prosequendo, et accapere hoc sacrificium tua sanctum nomini praeparatum. Suscipe Sancta Trinitas sunt oblationum cum tibi efferimus ad nominum passionis, resurrectionis et ascensionis Deum Iesum Christum, et in honorem Deum matronam nostra et Papa Peter Sanctorum et Istorum et omnium Sanctorum, ut idis proficiat ad honorem nobis autem et salutem, et ili pro nobis intercedere didentur in caelis, quorum amorem agimus in te spiritum Christum Deum nostrum. Orate, ut meum ec vestrum sacrificium accettavde fiat per Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Suscipiat Deum Iesum Christum sacrificium de manibus tuis et laudam et gloriam nominis sui ad utilitatem quoque nostrum totiusque ecclesiae suae sanctae. Deum vobiscum, et quoque te, sursum corda habemus ad Deum, gratias agamus Deum nostrum, dignum et justum est. Te ego clementissimi mater et pater et materam nostrae, Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per Deum Iesum Christum Filium tuum Deum nostrae, supplices rogamus ac petimus. Uti accepta habeas et sanctificas haec sanctam sacrificium irribata, in primis quae tibi afferimus pro ecclesiam tuam sanctam catholicam, quam pacificare, custodire ad honore et regere, digneris tot orbi terrarum atque catholicae. Memento Deum famalorum catorum. We pray for the sick and the suffering. We especially pray for Katie, Gage, Johan Santman, Earl and Neil Lively, Maria Josephina Mose, Letitia, Clarette, Mindy, Mark Jr., Robert Dasco Sr. and Jr., Rochelle Dasco, Barbara, Gregory, Malachi, Benedict Santa Croce, Mr. Nobody, Luis Antonio Cantu, the Cantu and Duarte families, Michaela McLarnon and family, Sarah, Becky, Jenna, Lena, Lori, Aaron and family, Maria and the Line River family, the Cahill, Kendrick, Shorten, Nolan, Dasco, Nye, Tafor, Began, Kane, Wolf, Camarano, and Pohalski families and their intentions. We pray that Mr. Nobody receives the funding and strength needed to complete the first Sede Vacantis Catholic Council office in Monastery of Illinois. We pray for an end to all governmental allowance or sanctioning of abortion, transgenderism, transhumanism, child trafficking, child abuse of any kind, anywhere, place, or time. That those who are committing those offenses be brought to light and stopped and punished for their crimes. We pray for the establishment of a Catholic monarchy with a sound Catholic system of labor, human value, and medium of exchange with no usury. And the same goes for them. May that be brought into the light. Those who are committing fraud, financial deception. We pray that courageous men step forward as leaders of this Catholic society and start calling these things out. We ask that all gay marriage, quote unquote, all pornography, and the OnlyFans platform be stopped immediately. We ask you to destroy the satanic document of the Vatican law that is the Jewish Talmud, that you destroy Rome and the Vatican, and that we recognize the transfer of the authority of the Catholic Church to be in Portugal, Fatima, Portugal. We ask that the Holy Trinity and all Catholics be given the grace to be accountable, so that we may each have a holy hatred for sensuality, as St. Catherine of Siena encouraged, a repentant shame for the offenses we have committed and continue to commit against thee, and a deep love of thee and of souls, so much so that we desire nothing more than to be of service to thee in every moment of our lives. Please nullify any attempts to establish anti-Semitism propaganda into any rules, codes, laws, statutes, or policy of any business or government institution. In Deum Jesum Christum et Deum Matronam Nostrae et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. With our rosaries and this Mass, please eliminate any obstacles in front of those who are trying to nullify or destroy the state of Israel. And please eliminate the Jews who tortured, crucified, and continue to insult your Son, Deum Jesum Christum. Thank you for answering our prayers. All these things we ask in accordance with the Most Holy Trinity's divine will and intention. Et omnium circumstantium quorum tibi fides cognita est et noto devotio pro quibus tibi aferimus, veruque tibi affrontox sacrificium laudis, processuisque omnibus, pro redemptione animarum suarum, pro spe salutis et calamitatis suae, tibi credunt vota sua, aeterno Deum vivo et vero. Comunicantes et memoram venerantes in primis gloriosae, semper Deum matram nostrae, et Deum Jesum Christum. Et beatorum martyrium tuorum Papa Sancti Petri, et Sancti Lucia, et Sancti Jacinta, et Sancti Francisco, et Sancti Juan Diego, et omnium sanctorum tuorum quorum editis, praecibus quae concedas ut in omnibus protectiones tuae monum et exilio per innum Christum Deum nostrum. Quam oblationem te Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum in omnibum, consecratem acceptabilem, perfecedi nidis ut nobis corpum, et sanguinem fiat didictissimi filium tuum Deum Jesum Christum, qui pridie quam pateretur recepit panem in sancta sacramentis manus suas. Et derivatis oculis in calamate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum sum omnipotentem tibi gratias agens, consecravit frege dedique luminis sui dicens, accipite et mondo cote ex hoc omnes. Hoc est enim corpus meum. Simini modo postquam ceremoniae est, accipienser hunc preclarum calicem et sancta sacramentis manus suas, item tibi gratias agens Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Consecrave dedique luminis sui dicens, accipite et vivite ex omnes. Hic est enim calix sanguinis mei, mysterium fidei, quae pro nobis et pro multis effundetur in remissione peccatorum. Hypothesis cum fictitis in memo societis. Unde et memoris Deum servitui, sed plebs tua sancta iustum Christum filium tuum Deum nostrae, tam et passionis nec non et inferis resurrectionis, sed et in caelos gloriosa escensinus sufferimus, praeclarae maiestati tu edituis donis actatis, supra quae propitio ac sereno utur respiциeri dineris. Supplices tergamus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, iube hec peperibus manus tuum, ut quod ex hoc altaris participationis sacrosanctum Deum Filium tuum, corpus et sanguinum sum senimus, omni sanctificatione celeste gratia Dei Palmor per innum Christum Deum nostrae. We pray for those who have died. We especially pray for for Jim Dingman, for whom this Mass is being offered. Ipsis Deum et omnibus in Christum quiscentibus locum reficieri lucis et pacis ut odore gesta proclamar per innum Christum Deum nostrum, per cum hec omnia Deum Iesum Christum semper bona creas, sanctificas, vivicas, consecratis et praestas nobis. Per ipsum et cum ipso et in ipso, est ibi Deum Matrum omnipotenti in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, omnis honor et gloria. Ave Dea, matronam nostrae, gratia plena Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum tecum. Sanctam tuum in mulieribus, Dea matronam nostrae, materam Deum Iesum Christum, ora pro nobis peccatoribus nunc et in hora mortis nostrae. Libera nos quae sumus Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum ab omnibus malis. Praetieditis, praesentibus et futuris et intercedente beata gloriosa semper Deum matronam nostrae. Cum Papa Petrum Sanctorum et omnibus sanctis sta propitios pacem in diebus nostris. Ut opi misericordiae tuae aduite de peccato, simus semper liberi et ab omni perturbatione securi. Per innum Deum nostrum Iesum Christum Filium tuum Deum nostrum, qui tecum vivit et reinat in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per aeternam. Pax Deum Iesum Christum sit semper vobiscum et quoque apotei. Haecum extio consecratio corporis et sanguinis Deum Iesum Christum. Fiat ec epientibus nobis in et salutem aeternam. Pax tecum et quoque apotei. Deum Iesum Christum, qui ex voluntate Deum matronam nostrae, quoperante Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, per mortem tuam mundum vivificasti, libera me per hoc sacrosanctum corpus et sanguinum tuum ab omnibus iniquitatibus meis et universis malis, et fac me tui semper inharare mandatis, et unum conservare permittas, qui cum eodem Deum matronam nostrae et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, vivis et regnam aeternam. Perceptio corporis tui Deum Iesum Christum, quod ego indinius sumere praesimo non mihi provini et in judicium et condonationem, sed pro tu pietate prosit mihi ad tutumentum mentis et corporis, et Adam et elam percipiendam qui vivis et regnas, cum Deum matronam nostrae in unitate Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Panem celestem accipiem, et nomen Deum Iesum Christum invocabo. Dea matronum nostrum non sundinius, ut et sudetum eis in tante de guebers nabrarum mea. Deum Iesum Christum non sundinius, ut et sudetum eis in tante de guebers nabrarum mea. Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum non sundinius, ut et sudetum eis in tante de guebers nabrarum mea. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima mea. Quid rotubum Deum Iesum Christum, pro omnibus quae rotubuit mihi, calicem salutaris accipim in nomen Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum immocabo, laudans immocabo Deum matronum nostri et ab inimicis meis salvus ero. Sanguis Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet anima meam. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet animam tuum. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet animam tuum. Corpus Deum nostrum Iesum Christum custodiet animam tuum. Codare subsumus Deum Iesum Christum puramente capiamus et immunite parafit nobis remedium sempiternum. Corpus tuum Deum Iesum Christum cusons sanguis quem potavi et heriat visceribus meis apraesa, ut in me non remaneat scelera macula quem purat sancta reficerunt sacramenta. Deum vobiscum, et quoque pote, oremus. animabus quesumus Deum Iesum Christum famalorum cetuorum oratio proficiet supplicantium ut eas et a peccatis omnibus exoas et tuae redemptionis facias esse participes qui tegum vivit renat in una divina familia qui erat est et erat in aeternum. Deum vobiscum, quoque pote, ite mise est, Deum gratia. Gloria tibi sancta Trinitam obsequium servitutis meae et praesto ut sacrificium corrupilis tuae maestatis in nos auctoditibus et acceptare mique et omnibus pro quibus irut auctoris et miserante perpetuabile per Christum Deum nostrum. Sanctificat vos omnipotens Deum, Matronam et Filium et Spiritum Sanctum, Deum Matronam nostra et Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gratias. Oops. Pick up your feet. O most Holy Trinity, I believe, I venerate, I hope, and I love thee. I beg of thee pardon for those who do not believe, do not venerate, do not hope, and do not love thee. Most Holy Trinity, Deum Matronam Nostra et Deum Iesum Christum et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum, I venerate thee profoundly, and I offer to thee the most precious body, blood, soul, and divinity of Deum Iesum Christum, present here in reparation for the outrages, sacrileges, and indifference by which himself is offended. And through the infinite merits of his most sacred heart, and the immaculate heart of Dea Matronam Nostrae, I beg of thee the conversion of poor sinners. In nomine Dea Matronam Nostrae, et Deum Iesum Christum, et Deum Patrum Spiritum Sanctum. Gracias. Let's play that again.
Mater misericordiae,
So I didn't have a title for today's Mass, and I left it blank, and yet I was thinking, well, what is blank? And blank is it's one aspect actually of our contemplation. It's when we need to empty our mind of our daily worries and concerns and routines. So I decided to leave it just the title blank. But I did want to talk, I did mention yesterday that I was going to go over the 6 commandments of the church. So I'm going to do that first because so many Catholics are unaware of them. They know the Jewish commandments by heart practically, which, again, is irrelevant. The 6 commandments of the church, of the Catholic Church, is what's relevant. And these are the duties of a Catholic, minimally to be considered a Catholic. And I'm gonna read a couple of quotes from the priest that I had told you that I had learned some of my contemplation from. And it's kind of, they kind of go together, especially about being minimally a Catholic. So number 1 is to go to Mass on Sundays and holy days and refrain from servile work. Now, most of you have been coming daily. Okay, so you're already above the number 1, just to go on Sundays. Number 2 is to go to confession at least once a year. And again, those of you who are practicing the first Saturday devotion given by Our Lady are doing that every month, which is really appropriate. Number 3 is to receive Deum Jesum Christum, God Jesus Christ, who was, is, and ever shall be, in the Holy Eucharist at least once a year during the resurrection season, known as the Easter duty, to fulfill that duty. Okay, so now there are those who have asked me, well, how do we do that? So, well, when I get to see, I have a pretty good sense about who is attending faithfully and truthfully, and then we work out. Email me, send me an email if you wish to receive the Most Holy Communion, and I'll work it out with you. Number 4, to observe the days of fasting and abstinence. Fast and do not eat any meat on the days appointed, and no eating meat on all Fridays. Keep the Eucharistic fast when partaking in Holy Communion. Do not eat any food from 12 a.m. to receiving Deum Jesum Christum, God Jesus Christ, who was, is, and ever shall be, in the Holy Eucharist. All right, so that's from midnight until after Mass. As far as abstinence, as far as fasting goes and abstinence, that's we've learned that if we do that once a week, we not are only helping our soul, but we're also helping our body dramatically, I might add. Number 5, to help to provide for the needs of the church. We are the church. Do the best to support and help the needs of the church. And that is through prayer, donations, assistance, action, things like that, okay? A little bit of each of those things will go a long way. Number 6 is to obey the marriage laws of the church. Make sure that your spouse is Catholic and understands this. We have really lost this one, really, and it really needs to be accentuated. Okay, the purpose of Catholic marriage is to make children, to make babies, to raise your children to be Catholic saints. The purpose of Catholic marriage is to become Catholic saints, because only your spouse knows your struggles and weaknesses. That's for sure. A Catholic marriage points us to Deum Jesum Christum, God Jesus Christ, who was, is, and ever shall be, and away from ourselves. Selfishness destroys a Catholic marriage. And if you get engrossed in that selfishness, most of the times you don't even realize, you can't even see that you're in it. And that's why it's so important to have children, and many. Again, here's some quotes from Father Dubay. And again, I really liked these. All right, these are about that deeper sense of contemplation. The quote, "The acute experience of great beauty readily evokes a nameless yearning for something more than earth can offer. Elegant splendor reawakens our soul's arching need for the infinite, a hunger for more than matter can provide." Unquote. That was from The Evidential Power of Beauty, Science and Theology Meet. He wrote 20 books before he passed away. Quote, "Wonder at reality demands the humility to sit at the foot of a dandelion. The proud are so full of themselves that there is little room to marvel at anything." Unquote. Quote, "Mediocre people often have a tinge of religion about them, but it is only a tinge. They take their religion as it comes. They may pray and worship more or less regularly, and they usually stay clear of publicly disgraceful crimes, but they are lukewarm, colorless. Seldom or never do they read a serious book about prayer or study to learn more about God and God's plans to discover how to be humble and chaste and patient. They are always too busy for the one thing necessary." Beauty is necessarily shrouded in mystery, which is part of its splendor. Which is why contemplating on the most holy Trinitarian Theophany as envisioned by St. Lucia, that is a thing of beauty, and not, words can't describe. Thing is not the right word. The quote, the whole aim of any person who is beginning prayer, and don't forget this because it is very important, should be that he work and prepare himself with determination and every effort to bring his will into conformity with God's will. It takes mental effort. And I think about how people today in the world, even my own children, think about and actually put effort into obtaining money and, jobs and those sorts of things. But do they put every effort to bring his will into the conformity with God's will? Quote, "You can recognize truth by its beauty and simplicity." And there again, you see that word simple. The simple will have no problem gaining beatific vision at some point. In everything we do in this life, we are making ourselves the kind of persons we shall be for all eternity, loving or hateful, egocentric or outgoing, fulfilled or frustrated, beautiful or ugly, ecstatically delighted or utterly miserable. Which do you choose? Thank you for being here. We'll continue with as many deep things as we can that are Catholic. And for those who have joined just to make a nasty comment, don't bother. I mean, if you'd like to engage in conversation, I'm certainly more than welcome to do that. But yeah, look deeper. Look deeper. All right. Thank you for being here. Hello, Peter. Hello. I think that is Defensor, DMN. Kyle. Good day, Denise. Hello, everyone. And thank you. We'll see you tomorrow at 7:30. Please go and sanctify all those you meet. Have a great day.